What we think is often what we create. Jesus knew he was great, so great that he levitates. It's this type of faith he wanted us to obtain. No matter if you black, white, yellow, or brown, trust yourself, believe his power, persevere and conquer fear. Don't you know that ye are gods? A new state of mind that they can televise. Cause real eyes, real lies, real lies. You fly forever, Phoenix. Ain't no such thing as demons. Your state of mind go past the sky, got you believing. The cure to all diseases go based on what you thinking. Love yourself more and more, the Lord made you complete it. One step at a time, you see the light. The spiritual realm always in sight. I done been there, you can get there if you believe. Universal human beings, one entity. This the knowledge in the schoolhouse they don't teach. 11:11 Metatron, only the moment, real time. They try to feed us lies. I open my third eye. Universal, love is universal. Universal, love is universal. Universal, love is universal.
Bang, bang. Welcome to the Forever Phoenix YouTube channel. This is Ace, and I'm coming to you in a different format today. You won't be able to see me on video. You're going to have to just follow my voice. So this is a pretty, how should I explain this? This is a more comfortable format for me. The video just has me worried about the lighting. Am I too close, too far away from the camera? Are there any shadows? How do I look? It just really distracted me from just delivering the information, delivering the content, and focusing on just you. So I'm probably going to be coming to you with a lot more audio podcast in the future, just allowing you to hear me. Sources say that, my voice is very interesting to listen to, and it can draw you in. So we're going to see how it goes over the next couple episodes. Definitely drop me a line in the comment section. Let me know how you're enjoying the audio podcast. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. I bring some very unique content in all areas dealing with spirituality. So let's jump into it. Today, we want to talk about vibration and frequency. And what's really interesting is that, I'm talking about an audio podcast and my voice. And it's kind of cool because this is one of the ways that we communicate with each other verbally is through our voices. And our voices are made up of what? Tones, vibration, and frequencies that we use to transfer and to talk to each other. And in talking to each other, we interpret and communicate. And this is just one example of many examples out there about the vibrational energies and frequencies that are all around us. Look at the technology that we have with our cell phones and how powerful that concept is. I mean, just 25 years ago, the regular individual could not do the many things that we're able to do today. The internet, video chatting, text messaging, taking pictures and just uploading them on social media, and the communication that it takes to get one image on one side of the world to the other in real time and with the speed. It's powerful. And again, all of this is happening in the unknown world of the invisible. And I want you to think about that for a minute. So it begs to question, are we taking advantage of our own personal cosmic energy? The other day I was watching a documentary in the family room, and my wife was calling me from the kitchen. And what did I do? I grabbed the remote down, and as I was turning the volume down, it hit me I'm controlling the vibration and the frequency of of the sound coming out of the TV in order to hear my wife. And we do this so easily with the technology that we have through our cell phones and our tablets and our computers and our video cameras. But are we personally taking advantage of our very own built-in technology to manipulate some of the vibrational frequencies to bring the results that we're looking for in our personal lives? Could it be possible that the real power comes from what we don't actually physically see? I was in my garage working on one of my businesses. I was shipping a product to a customer, and the label came up on the computer screen, and I hit print, and I watched the printer just start shaking and moving and going through what it needs to go through, and it printed identically the image I had on my computer screen to allow me to put that label on the package and for it to go directly to the exact destination so that the customer could receive that product. And I started to think, don't we have that same power to manipulate vibrational energy and frequencies to do exactly what I did with that computer screen and to get the exact perfect desired result to come out and print out on my printer paper? Don't we have that ability? I really believe we do. But are we tapping into our personal reservoir of power and intentionally manipulating vibration and frequency to summon into our lives what we really desire? There's a law that says that we attract what takes place in our lives, our very thoughts, our very words. And I also have to throw in there the very environment that we live in all add to the reality that we wake up and we walk in each and every day. So, how can we actually play in this cosmic universal game? How can you hit a certain key, a certain stroke within our etheric body and get the perfect printout of the outcome that we desire in our reality? I feel the first thing that we have to do is consider that the physical universe isn't all that physical. And what I mean by that is it's all an illusion. And some of you may struggle with that because of the perception that we see in and around us. Everything is in physical form. Right now I'm sitting in a chair speaking into a microphone, and if I tap this microphone, it feels solid. It makes a sound as I tap, so it appears that everything is real, everything is solid. But what if it isn't? What if it is all energy based? And what if it all comes from a point of origin that knows no end? What would that mean for our ability to manipulate certain events in our lives, to manipulate certain frequencies, to get in different vibrational spaces or vibrational vehicles to take us exactly where we want to go? I think about the words that I'm speaking to you with right now, how the words are going through this microphone and how the words are reaching you in a way where you not only interpret it, but you can hear it and understand it. Are these words any less real or any less different than the seat I'm sitting in? while I'm speaking through this microphone. It's just a lot to consider here. So, if the physical universe is an illusion, then what is behind the illusion? And how do we interact with this illusion? How do we measure up with everything that's going on? What is our part in this entire journey called life? Could it be that we are creative sources, creative aspects of light from source, which have the power within us, personal power, to reach into this space of source energy and to pull from this source anything that we want to create and manifest in our life? Because if that's true, that would mean that everything that is solid has come from a place that cannot be seen. As I look back at the many different phases of my life, the many different circumstances, situations, and events that have taken place in my life, I can show, see, and feel a mountain of evidence behind what led to every aspect of my life, every experience, good, bad, and indifferent. I can pretty much lock it into my thinking, my speaking, and in my environment. My very words have trapped me in certain situations and have freed me in others. You know, the thoughts that started in my mind and were fixated on day in and day out, they always showed up in my reality. The very affirmations that I have written day in and day out has always sprung into the desired outcome that I was looking for. Back in 2009, when I was starting my direct sales business with a certain company, I can remember 6 months in, my account that I was running, the day-to-day operations, we were at the bottom of the list. I was within 7 months of taking on a position and, learning and, trying to, be better, trying to be number one. And I remember on a certain conference call, I was getting beat up. They were making a mockery of me, just having a field day with me because our numbers for the city just didn't come in the way they were supposed to. And on every conference call up until that time, my account was the account that got picked on. And I can remember getting off of that conference call and spending a little quiet time with myself. And I said, you know what? Enough is enough. I can remember right then and there that I had set an intention that started in my mind, that started with my thought process that said, I'm going to be number one moving forward. And you have to remember at that time, I was up against massive cities, San Diego, Los Angeles, San Antonio, Charlotte, North Carolina, Chicago, big cities that could swallow up the city of Cleveland at least twice. I was going up against individuals that had years of experience over and above anything that I had. But I still sat down and I created a thought process in my head that would not accept any outcome other than being number one. And I remember going into the month of May, I just went into this routine where I visualized every day being number one. And every year around Thanksgiving, actually Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, it is the biggest shopping day in this country. And it put every account across the country in my space, in my industry, in a situation where we competed to be the number one account in the entire country. And I remember that I put so much time, so much energy into thinking only one outcome, and that's being number one. I got into this frequency of preparation and this vibrational space that I knew I was going to be number one. I just knew it, and I walked it, I talked it, I thought it. No other outcome even existed. And I remember when the numbers came out Saturday morning, and Cleveland, of course, was number one. It wasn't a shock to me. There was something in me that knew it was done. Something in me. I was in a space. I still put in the work. I still went over the plan over and over and over again. I still put in the energy of thinking and visualizing, but I knew it was done. And I can remember on the conference call after that event, everyone across the country was asking what I did. And I said, I just prepared. And when you're in the moment sometimes and you have success or you have failures, sometimes you don't look back and kind of walk your steps back and figured out what went wrong or what went right. And it wasn't until years later I realized that I had put myself in a certain vibration and a certain frequency that created a certain outcome. And not only did I win that year, but I won in 2010, 11, 12, 6 years straight, being the number one in my space in the country. And again, it started in the invisible. It started in the thought process. It started with a picture in my mind. And I refused for that picture to be printed any other way in my reality than what was in my mind. Number one, bottom line, no spare change. Second place was first loser for me. And so I feel that there are many of us that have this ability, that have this capability to go out here and to shake this matrix up, to shake this illusion up, to shake the vibrational energies up and align them in the way to produce the results that we're looking for. So my question to you is, what intention do you have right now running around your etheric mind that you want to manifest? You may have some fear, and you know what? Fear is okay. But if you buy into the understanding that you have the power, if you buy into the understanding that you came here as a light being to create, that you came here with the ability to manipulate the energies, the frequencies, and the vibrations to have them line up in your favor, then what? You've been creating anyway. consciously or unconsciously, you've been creating anyway because that is who you are. So, can you believe it's possible? Can you believe that your desired outcome already exists? And are you willing to spend the time every day to visualize the identical picture in your mind with 100% clarity that you want it printed in your reality? Can you commit to seeing this identical picture, this identical vision in your mind for a few minutes every day? Because that's where it starts. That's the starting point. It has to start in the invisible, in the mind. And as you visualize this every day, as you think about this every day, as you abandon all other outcomes and only focus on this one picture, that's when the magic starts to happen. That's when it goes from invisible form to mattering, to you running into individuals that bring one piece. Something else happens that brings another piece. And then things start to come together, just like a puzzle, all the pieces coming together to create and form your desired reality. So start with the thought first. Speak to it as it being done. Believe it. You know, I was brought up that seeing is believing, but it's actually the other way around. When you believe it, then you see it. When you believe it and you hold yourself in that vibrational space of belief, you see it in your mind clearly. And then the universe has no option but to print it in your reality. So I'm going to leave you with that. And, you know, as you're listening to this podcast, if you have any experiences of how you deliberately have created some events in your life that you can track back, leave a comment in the comment area. Let others know how this deliberate intent of creation has worked for you. And if you've created something after listening to this video or listening to this audio podcast, come back and share it with us and let us know how things have worked out for you. Well, hey, I'm going to sign off. I'll definitely catch you in the next audio podcast coming soon. Love and respect, and I'll talk to you soon.